might not never come out of there. He don't gotta come out.
There you go.
I seen 2 bodies on this block. Start going up. He was like 13 when he got. But yeah, a lot of went down on this block, this corner. That's where I went to jail. I was like 12, 13. You know what I'm saying? Right here on this corner. You gotta be careful. Like who the you?
They ain't heard it us.
And then that's when I realized, like, damn, I'm living in a dangerous place. You know what I'm saying? But again, even at that time, it still was normal. I'm not supposed to be the one talking to you. I tell you, it's never give up, never quit.
New York, esa preciosa ciudad que todos conocemos por sus enormes rascacielos, famosos distritos y sin duda por tener unas impresionantes historias que contar. Aún así, todo su lado bueno tiene un lado malo. Por eso hoy he quedado con Jess, persona que se ha criado en las duras calles de East New York, que estuvo por primera vez preso con 12 años. Ahora rapero y emprendedor que nos contará muchas locuras, las cuales descubrirás ahora en breve. Jess también tiene ya su edad, por lo que ha vivido todo esto sobre los años 90, pero también verás el punto de vista de una persona más joven, los que contarán cómo es criarse en uno de los barrios más peligrosos de toda la ciudad. Este probablemente también va a ser uno de los vídeos más curiosos e interesantes que voy a subir al canal. Y te recuerdo que hemos hecho un enorme viaje tanto por Chicago como por New York, por lo que si no has visto todos esos vídeos te dejo por aquí arriba una lista de reproducción con todos los enormes vídeos que hemos grabado por ahí. Nunca pido gran cosas, pero si eres nuevo por aquí suscríbete y déjate un comentario bien bonito. Y ahora sí que sí, os dejo con lo gordo.
It's East New York, Brooklyn. One of the realest areas in this borough, in the city of New York, you know what I'm saying? We in the trenches right now. I got my brother Pone with me. You know what I'm saying? That's 868 Belmont. Ask anybody from this area about 868 Belmont. It was like, I was like the Terror Dome. That was like just that, like the people under the stairs, like the house you never wanted to go to. You might get stuck in there. You might not never come out of there. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather used to own that. You know what I'm saying? Built it. That was my backyard. Where you see that house at, that was our backyard. You know what I'm saying? Right now, this is Belmont Avenue.
So how is it growing up here?
But right here, like growing up here is like the epidemic, you know what I'm saying? So it was like a war zone out here, you know what I'm saying? You had like right down here, like on this block right here, you had this lady named Miss Rose. She was like a kingpin in the 80s and the 90s. So she had shit sold up. Then right here, this was like Cowboy building. His name Mr. Cowboy. He had like 3-4 buildings over here. And you had all the Spanish, all the Puerto Ricans right here. You had Goldo, rest in peace, Eddie, Mickey, my brother Red, God bless him, he got, you know what I'm saying? He was like 13 when he got, you know what I'm saying? But this right here was a war zone, the epidemic. It was like so crazy, you know what I mean? But, you know, when you coming up at that age, you don't really know that this is not normal life. But at the time, you know, for me, it was normal, you know what I'm saying? This is where I came up at, this is where we grew up at, so. You know, I thought that was normal until I seen what life was like when I went to other places, and I'm like, damn, that ain't normal, you know what I mean? So, at the time, I ain't think nothing of it. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't hard, it wasn't crazy, it was just my life. Until I started traveling and going to different places, and I realized, like, damn, everybody else's life ain't like this life. So, if I had to guess or make an executive decision on what I think life was here, it was tough. But again, for me, it was normal at the time. But it's just something as an adult, and I have my own children. Would I want my children here? Hell no. Would I wanted my children to grow up in this environment like I did? Because it was super rough. It wasn't nothing normal about it. What's happening? Bro, what's up?
What's good? Everything all right?
You know it.
How you feel? I love you, man.
You see that? You see the block still? No, it's still my block, man. I don't live here.
It's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Good, Jess.
Yeah, see, he called me by my government.
I love you, man. You heard me?
You see that? You know what I mean? The block still love me. I don't live here. I don't come around a lot, but when I do, you know, no matter what, I'm a fixture in this hood. Everybody know me around here. And that's just a prime example, you know what I'm saying? This is where I came up at, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, it's a blessing to be where I'm at today because a lot of people didn't make it this far. a lot of people that lived over here, they ain't see it to be right here where I'm at right now, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you know, it's like, it was like the terror dome, you know what I mean? Again, back then there wasn't really no other way to look at life. It was just like coming outside, you know, I seen the man body right down the block, you know what I'm saying? I seen the body right there, I seen the body up there, you know? You'll see every day. I seen 2 bodies on this block, you know what I'm saying? I seen the body around the corner. We're gonna walk that way. I'm gonna take you around that way too. So, you know, this was the capital at one point. So again, you know, for a person like me, it's a blessing to still be here and be able to like talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And feed the youngins, feed the youth, and let them know that I'm one of the ones that made it out. And we could talk about it, and hey man, I could give you an alternative route. You don't gotta go the street route, you know what I'm saying? That's very important.
Alright, gotcha.
Or
Take us there.
yeah, nah, so we're gonna walk this way because I already told you about a block. I already told you about a body that I saw, so we're gonna walk this way. This Milford Street.
Tell me like the crazy story you ever lived here.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you one of the first ones, right? So I was a little kid. I was coming around the corner right up over here, right? And I seen this dealer. His name was Baldy. He was from North Carolina.
Alright.
And he came up here, he started hustling. So when we get to this corner, back then it was like full of like Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, or whatever. And he was from like North Carolina. So I guess he wasn't, you know, he didn't respect the code, whatever. Make a long story short, he was like extorting and robbing a lot of people because there was a lot of money up here at that time. And he made a name for himself. But he was an older dude. I was a little kid, you know what I'm saying? I'll never forget. I was coming on this avenue that we walking to. That avenue was Pickens Avenue. He seen me walking, he called me. He was like, yo, come here, little Jess. He gave me like $20. And he gave me the $20. When he gave me the $20, I proceeded to cross the street. And literally, as soon as he gave me the $20, and I turned my back and started crossing the street, the shots started going off.
You got shot?
Nah, I didn't get shot, but he did.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying? So they shot him. So I kept going across the street. As we walk into the corner, you're gonna see the street. So I ran straight up this block, the next block.
Alright.
Came around, and then I came back down to this corner. And then I seen the crowd. And then when I saw the crowd, I went to the crowd, and it was him on the ground, you know what I'm saying? His was hanging out, leaking, you know what I'm saying? I probably was about 10 years old at the time. So that occurred like right here. We gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right about over here.
Alright.
Yeah, I think actually, yeah, it happened like right here in front of the church, like right over here.
It's a church? Oh,
It wasn't a church back then,
alright.
but he got like right here. He came, he gave me $20. I crossed the street like right here. As soon as I crossed the street, I just heard the shots.
Yo, that's crazy, innit?
I ran that way. Then I went around that block, came back. And then when I came back, he was like laying right here, right on the ground, you know what I'm saying? So for me, like that was like the first horrific experience that I ever really experienced, like hands-on, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like a couple of minutes after he gave me some money. So in my mind, as I think back now, whoever the was, they probably like, they knew me, or they just said, that little kid right there, let's wait till the kid is gone, and then we're gonna, cause as soon as he gave me the money, the went off. I was like 10 years old, so that, to me, that was like traumatizing, you know what I mean? And then that's when I realized, like, damn, I'm living in a dangerous place, you know what I'm saying? But again, even at that time, it still was normal. You saw people dying every day over here.
Alright.
At that time, because it was the epidemic. You know what I'm saying? Changed the world. Changed the ghettos. It changed suburbia, America's suburbia areas. Changed everything. So once came in play, everything changed. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go over here. I caught my first case here. I was like 12 years old.
Yeah, that's soon, isn't it?
Yeah, real soon. That's
soon.
where I went to jail. I was like 12, 13, you know what I'm saying? Right here on this corner, it's mom talking picking, you know? So like for me, again, like I said, it's a blessing for me to still be here because when they see me doing what I do as far as the music, my clothing brand, it's all positiveness, you know what I'm saying? It's all to show the youth that, hey, look at me, I'm still here, I'm still doing my thing, I'm still making it work. So I give them motivation, I give them hope.
Alright.
You understand what I'm saying? That's my goal, you know what I'm saying? Is to show them that, you know what I'm saying? Don't let whatever happened around you, what happened in your past or anything stop you from being who you want to be. Don't never stop striving and thriving to be a better person than you was yesterday, you know what I'm saying?
You're also working on some music right now?
Yeah, man, I got like 4 or 5 projects coming out. The first one is the Guns and Mafia. That's me and one of my producers. He did all the records on that album. He produced it, and that's the Guns and Mafia. And then I got the me and Diddy Bop, which is a part 2 to our first collab, which was 2 Chainz, and then we got Chain Reaction Flowers. Shout out to Mo Chips, D Chambers, Bill Yarns, Bake Man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just working. I got a lot of projects in store for 2023. We ain't letting up. So yeah, this is all talking picking, man. It ain't safe over here for people.
Hi.
It ain't safe over here, you know what I'm saying?
But this is called like East
New York, Brooklyn, you know what I'm
East New
saying?
York, Brooklyn. Alright.
It ain't safe over here for people, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, man. You know everybody from here?
Yeah, everybody know me. I don't know everybody.
Hi.
You know what I'm saying? But like even him right there, you see him? His brother died right there.
Yeah.
Hey, his brother died by that car, you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Sorry.
With his brother about 2 years ago, right there by that car. That's his brother, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to Shooter, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of went down on this block, this corner. But this is my stomping ground. This is like, that's where I came up at. Now I'm gonna show you where I caught my real first arrest at.
How old were you there?
I was like 12 years old, you know what I'm saying? Thank God my record clean now. You know, everything's straight. I've been clean. I caught my first right here. Right in front of this. But back then it wasn't a barbershop. Shout out to Trini though. That's Trini. That's Trini. He's a well-established business owner.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta catch him on camera.
Yeah. So when I caught my case here, this wasn't a barbershop, but now
That's good.
we talking about 10 years, 20 years later, he's the barber here. This is the infamous Trini's. One of the best barbers in East New York. Right. You know what I'm saying? Straight from Trini, he came here, made a name for himself. He lit. He one of the best barbers in the town, and he's a well-established business owner. You know what I mean? Shout out to Trini, man. Good brother.
Appreciate that, brother.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
Definitely. So you know he part of the neighborhood. This is the neighborhood. This is where I come from.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna take y'all, man. I'll probably take y'all through the projects or something like that. Cause there's a couple of dimensions in me. You know, I'm a side block / project. You know what I'm saying? So this is like where it started for me. So now we go to the projects. That's my other life. Everybody can't go to the projects, and everybody don't go to the projects because the projects is it's a different atmosphere. This is nice. When you look at the suburbia areas, this ain't nice, but compared to the projects,
Yeah.
this is nice. Now we could go to the projects. So for me, like this is where it started at, and then I started. You know, I got family in the projects, which was. It gave me like the best of both worlds. I was able to come from the side blocks, because we call this the side blocks.
Okay.
And then the projects we call projects.
Okay.
It's a different ball game.
But the projects are the big
The
buildings.
big buildings,
I
the
gotcha.
elevators,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
two staircases.
yeah.
You gotta be careful. Yeah, you know, they get you in the projects. You know what I'm saying? The projects is different. It's like a war zone.
Okay.
And the mentality is different. When you live in the projects, their mentality is different. That's what's important.
What's the main difference about like the mentality out here and in the projects?
It's like, it's almost, I mean, the mentality is different because like they know they don't even gotta come out the projects.
Alright.
So they'll come out the projects and do some to you and get away with it because chances are a nigga from the side blocks ain't going to the project. You ain't going in there because everybody in the projects, for the most part, stick together when it comes to an outsider.
Alright, that's
Cause
it.
you gotta identify yourself when you come in there.
Alright.
So before you even get to certain perimeters and the preliminary, it's like that's dangerous for me to go in there and look for a person. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta go in there, you gotta identify you ain't even going through all that.
Alright, I got
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's
like
different.
It's also like a family in the projects. You like everybody's close, or it depends on the project.
I mean, it depends on what side you go to. It's funny, right? Cause like my side, where I'm from, we all family, but then at the same time, people in the projects got beef with each other.
Alright, internal.
Right.
Gotcha.
So externally, you know what I'm saying, it don't matter because see what happens is externally you could go on each side. It still might not be good because internally they all got beef with each other. So everybody is on pins and needles. Like who the f is you? So if you a side block, you can't slide through the cracks because everybody on pins and needles already. Like yo, who the f is this?
Alright.
Because they already got beef internally.
Okay.
So even if it ain't a direct situation, you know what I'm saying, you still might find yourself in a line of fire because it's got heat already. So now everybody on some like, yo, who the f is this?
Alright.
So now you ain't even gonna take that chance coming from over here. You just gonna rather say, let me see if I can catch this outside, which is not gonna happen because he from the P's. He don't gotta come out. He don't gotta come out here. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
Live wire. Look at the big boy. It's live wire. Just live wire. You know what I'm saying? That's the mob father right there. Look, that's right.
Yeah, say what's up, boy.
Live wire got right up in the camera.
He checking the scenario.
My boy got big, man.
What?
Look at the phone. Last time we seen him, he was like a baby. Yeah. My son a grown man out here. Look how big his head is. You knock your shit off. My son live wire. He don't even got pretty eyes no more.
Nah, how you grow out that shit?
You out of that shit.
Nah, get down.
Yeah, he big.
Live wire, yeah. Nah, this live wire right here. That's Nitty the motherfucker right there.
Yeah,
You know?
you know that shit, East New York.
I'm gonna let him tell you. So like, I'm from the older generation. He from the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? You can ask him what it was like for him coming up. He from a different generation.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying?
We inherited a lot of but besides that, we made our own. We made our own. They inherited our shit.
Yeah.
They inherited our shit, you know? Like, yo, y'all under them, man. This was going on. A lot of bullshit going up over here, man. You, especially coming from this block. It was hard, but they made sure it was easier than it would have been for the average Joe.
Alright. So now it's like way more calm, or is it like here, or the streets are like still like heating?
Nah, the streets gonna forever be hot. Yeah. Nah, it's gonna forever be hot around here. Even when it look calm, it's hot. It's on fire. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Whole bunch of new faces.
yeah, it's new faces. Sometimes it look calm because you don't see a lot of people out. Like coming from my era, right? I remember when there used to be like a lot of people outside. So sometimes I might get not confused, but I could get mistaken because it's like, oh, there ain't nobody outside. Because I know what it used to look like. But nah, don't get confused by the fact that you might not see a lot of people. Because it's still on demon time. It's still happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they still on go. So, yeah, the population of what you might see every day, all day is low, but it's still that's coming outside, putting in work on a daily basis. So, nah, it's not calm. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
If that's their every goal and if that's what they doing, then it's not calm. So, you know.
Alright. How do you see yourself in, like, I always ask this question, like in 5 to 10 years?
Well, 5 or 10 more years from now, I see myself like, we're gonna have a lot of like community things going on around here like that, just giving back to the block. You know, once I get the ball in my court, it'll be different, you know. And I mean, I give back as much as I could, even if it's just knowledge, I give it back. You know what I'm saying? Every chance I get, I give back to the youngins. So 5 and 10 years from now, like I never cut my ties from my blocks and my neighborhood and where I'm from. I'm only gonna be here to build it up and make it better. So 5 and 10 years, I mean, of course, I want to be a successful entrepreneur. I want my business booming, and whatever ventures I got going on, I want booming. But for the most part, when it comes to this neighborhood, I want to be a fixture in it in a more positive way than I ever been in my life. You know what I'm saying? I can't undo some of the things that I did as a child or a teenager, but as an adult, I definitely can make a difference. And that's the goal, you know what I'm saying? Make a difference, make people feel like, yeah, I'm glad to be from over there, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you good. And that's the goal for me overall, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, I gotcha. You wanna like add some, apart from that, you wanna add like, I always ask for like a motivational message to the people, to the youth out there?
Oh, for sure, man.
Positive message?
The most positive message I could give anybody is like, no matter what consists of in your environment, like whatever's going on, never give up. You know what I'm saying? Just like stick to what you believe that you could be. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, like, and always remember, like, times is gonna be rough. And the moment that you decide that you got your mind made up and you want to do certain things, that's when you actually gonna get more situations to throw you off track. So now you gotta dig deep within yourself to be determined to get whatever you want to do done. And that's what's important. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a where you come from. Cause even like me, like as of right now, I'm not supposed to be here based on statistics.
Alright.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Based on statistics and everything that happened around here in this area, based on those statistics, I'm not supposed to be the one talking to you, but I'm here. And I'm not here by chance, you know what I'm saying? These are things that, you know, I put the work in to still be here and avoid certain things and be able to put myself in a position and be able to talk to people like you, be able to have an influence on him in a not just negative way, but more so a positive way, certain things of that nature. So yeah, that's the most positive thing I can tell you is never give up, never quit, never let what's going on in your environment stop you from doing what you know you can do, want to do, and build to do in your heart.
I gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to him, because he from the other side. He got to say about where he from, too. I ain't going to let him just stand here and look like, yeah, we're gonna go to the projects.
We want to go to the projects?
Why not?
All right, let's go. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Projects.
As a kid, I never went in this building because he never came out of it. String something up here